Short Shots from the Sure Shot, Lake Martin Sportsman's headquarters. I'm Woody Baird, owner of the Sure Shot. Today we're going to discuss the legalities and what it takes to buy a firearm. The Gun Control Act of 1968 laid down regulations for us to use to purchase firearms and who can and who can't buy firearms. It's a federal law, and so what the Gun Control Act of 1968 specifies is that I can sell long guns being shotguns and rifles, to anyone in the United States as long as it's not prohibited for them to own them in their given state. Handguns are only state of residence. I can only sell handguns to residents of the state of Alabama who possess a valid picture ID issued by the state of Alabama. Now, if you want to purchase a firearm, you come in here. Recently, the rules have changed a little bit as far as how we go about doing the background check and all, and selling you the firearm. In 1998, due to the Clinton era gun ban, we produced a system called the NICS, National Instant Check System. National Instant Check System allows us to go online with the FBI and check your background. Any state who had a state-issued pistol permit at that time did not have to do, if you were a holder of a valid state-issued concealed carry permit, you did not have to go online and do a background check. Otherwise, if you do not have that, we go online and do a background check. Just recently, back in the summer, June or July, the state of Alabama started issuing a state-issued concealed carry permit. At that point in time, we were allowed, if you have a valid driver's license and a valid concealed carry permit, then we do not have to go online and do your background check. Otherwise, we do. Now, the first thing you do when you come in to purchase a firearm, once you've picked out what you want, this is a Form 4473. What this is a transfer document. It's it is a legal document, and it's an affidavit. You have to swear that all the information on here is correct and true. What you do is you come in here and fill this out, your personal data here, you answer all these questions, which ask about your background. Then you sign it and date it, and we take, if you have the driver's license and concealed carry permit, we put it on here, then we put the firearm information here, and then you pay me and I hand you the firearm and you leave with it. Otherwise, we do a background check. If we have to go online and do a background check, we can possibly have 3 different answers. They can either tell us proceed, which means we can proceed with the sale, delayed, which means something's wrong, a flag is thrown up on your name, and they need to investigate a little deeper, or they can say denied. Typically, denials only come from someone who's had a felony conviction. The only misdemeanor that can prohibit you from purchasing a firearm is the misdemeanor crime of domestic violence. But if we get delayed, the government has up to 3 days to investigate why this flag was thrown up and to see why you were delayed, and then they'll give us a response, either proceed or denied. Now, my advice to anyone out there who gets delayed on a regular basis, do the appeal process and find out why. Because the potential is you could be traveling through another state somewhere, get stopped for a traffic stop, and somebody you've got identity theft that you don't know about, and you've been delayed on these firearm purchases, and the police officer, he comes up and checks your ID, well, suddenly there's a warrant on this other person who's using your social security number. So then he's going to take you to jail, and you're going to tell him, well, oh, that's not me, that's somebody else. Yeah, sure, get in the car, you're going to jail. They're going to take you to jail. And I had a customer here not too long ago this happened to, but he had gone through the appeal process, and if you go through the appeal process and it warrants it, the government will issue you a UPIN, Unique Personal Identification Number. If you have this unique personal identification number, you show that to the officer, they run it, and it'll clear you up, and you'll be okay. Same thing here, if you're going to purchase a firearm, you have a UPIN, and we put that on there, it'll sail right through, and you'll be able to leave with a firearm that day. And one thing that is people think that this is registration. This is not a registration system. Firearms in this country are not registered. That's a constitutional. It's against the Constitution for us to have a registration system. This form goes nowhere. Nobody knows what you have but me. And with me suffering from CRS as bad as I do, I don't remember what you bought from one day to the next. This form stays with me in my files until such time that I go out of business or we decide to transfer the business, whatever, then all the forms are sent to a warehouse in West Virginia where they are stored and not cataloged. So there is no registration in this country. Nobody knows what you have. So filling out one of these is no big deal. Thanks for watching Short Shots from the Sure Shot, Lake Martin Sportsman's headquarters.